I just uploaded something when I was out and about earlier today. And I think it's important. I've said it jokingly, but if we could give an award or some kind of conversion for how many times when I'm out talking with, and in particular, black women, how many times I talk to a black woman that is attractive, but over 30 and unmarried, but it always comes out. But I've been engaged. And I've said this over and over again. My God, if we could actually start giving, tokens or coupons or something, like you could redeem it for something. Like it doesn't matter, ladies, how many times you say you've been engaged. So when I talk about this, I'm a PhD, professional handler of dogs is what I should call it. Professional has dog. I think that's what it should be, because PhD has become like a catch-all phrase for basically professional women who likely have a dog and are on the path to dying alone. Why is that important? Because today I ran into a woman I was just chit-chatting with, and it turns out, she said, hey, I got 2 dogs, 2 big dogs, 2 75-pound dogs. This little bitty woman, 2 75-pound dogs. Okay. But I said, where's your husband? I'm not married. But I've been engaged 5 times. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I'm like, well, why aren't you married? Just didn't work out. And I'm like, well, with all of them? I mean, and what she said next floored me. Was that each and every one of them, there was something wrong where they just deceived her. They showed her their true colors were sooner or later. And I'm just like, all right, we got to have a conversation, ladies. Because it ultimately came down to her talking this same stuff that you hear all the time. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. First of all, ladies, you need to understand something. You are going to settle. You need to settle for reality. So many of you ladies talk about how you had a boyfriend or something early on, had a 2 or 3 year relationship. Somehow you broke that up. And for some reason, you thought later in life you're going to find a millionaire and live happily ever after. So I'm asking, ladies, is it worth it? I mean, you're going to school getting these degrees that you don't want to do nothing with for jobs that you don't even want. And in the place of having a man, you'd rather have a dog. Well, that sounds cool until you're 60. That's what you're not hearing from. You're not hearing from the women who are 50 plus years old who made the same choices you're making, because that's just now starting to happen. So I need you ladies to accept some things. 1, 90% of you won't even be eligible to deal with a high value man. Not seriously. And that's that high value man of 6 points, where 1 is money. So unless you are a high value man's cup of tea for a wife, you need to settle for reality. It ain't you, boo. Number 2, if you are in this category, you need to accept the fact that you're not going to be the only one. Yes, ladies, high value men have other women. Always have, always will. I don't know why modern women think that you should be the first group of women who have less wifely skills, less traditional ability, and yet you want strict monogamy. No, you're not enough. You're not enough, sorry. Because what about on the days when you're not feeling it? If you just, I'm on my cycle, I'm this, I'm that, I'm tired, or whatever. Okay, well, should he pay the mortgage if he don't feel like it? The bottom line is, ladies, I've listened to so many women pop, jump, talking about how they wouldn't accept it. And I'm looking at most of these women, I'm like, you ain't never got to worry about this, no way. You're not hot enough. You're not fit enough. And your attitude is trash for these men. Especially on YouTube. I hear these loud, aggressive, masculine women talking about how they're not going to accept anybody cheating. I'm like, If you don't be quiet talking about high value men, ain't no high value men looking at your masculine butt. Why is this important? Because you ladies are getting so many messages. Let me make it real clear. High value men don't cheat. They just exercise their options. At best, you need to make an arrangement and have some rules of engagement. That's it. And if you're not willing to accept that, then go on, get you an average guy, and then deal with that lifestyle. But for the people who want to be able to live that higher level lifestyle, you can't afford it. He's going to facilitate that. And he's going to get what he wants, or he's not going to pick you. And if you think you're going to hold out for the one Russell Wilson, y'all all look crazy. I'm going to hold out for the one guy. No, not. Because all that means is you're just sitting around waiting. Y'all sound crazy. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to share. All right. Go get with a guy who works making $41,500, but then you're not going to respect him. So what are you going to do, ladies? If you do qualify from an aesthetic standpoint for a high value man, then you have the mindset to accept the fact that marriage is going to be a business arrangement. He's in it for what he's in it for. He's out for what he's out of it for. He's going to pay it up front. There's going to be a severance package. And if you get out of line, you're dismissed. Or can you accept and respect an average man who would be faithful to you? Or are neither one of those options acceptable to you? And you think you're going to be, and you choose to be like so many women are choosing to be. Dog moms, having girlfriends, living with other women, or dying alone. Let's get into it. Because I don't understand why so many women have this issue with men cheating. You don't have to accept men cheating. You don't have to accept any of it. And here's another thing. I'm not talking to anybody about anything around along the lines of religion in this case. Nope. Nothing along the lines of religion. I don't want to hear nothing about the Bible, what Jesus said, what God says. None of it. Absolutely none of it. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. We're going to have real conversations. So if you need Jesus to come into this, go on somewhere else. Because you're not going to use Jesus as a justification to try to keep a man. I mean, if you want to use the Bible, let's look at King David. Let's look at Solomon. Let's look at it. Let's look at all the women in the Bible who accepted. If you want a man who's a king, you want a man who's nobility, you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to be, you'll be the number one wife. But that's it, the number one wife. That's it. There's always going to be somebody else, as there should be. Because let's be honest, ladies, when a man cheats on you, that reinforces the fact that he's desirable to other women. Do you really want a man that no other woman wants, ladies? Let's be honest. Do you really want? I don't think so. And this whole notion of you want a loyal alpha, that ain't gonna happen. So if that's what you need to happen, you can do. Here's how you get that done. When you close your eyes, you can dream about that. But when you open your eyes, come back to the world and realize that you're lucky. You're lucky to actually have somebody. Oh, Lord. Activists and artists. Oh, you got some clothes on? I can't have you on here half naked. Okay. I don't know, man. No, we'll try you, Miss Mars. If you come on here bucket naked, we're gonna have to Accept it or die alone, ladies. Accept it or die alone. Accept the fact that men are who they've always been. That's what it is. We've had 50 years of trying to make men women. I grew up in that generation where they tried to make us, and they did. They made us softer men. I give you the rain, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the mountain. All this simping. And you know what he got us? A generation of harder women, softer men, and our relationships didn't work. Cool, we accept it. We got the bad end of the stick. But here's the thing. We're not telling young guys this stuff, and the millennials, Generation X are the last generation of men that was raised traditional. Millennials is a 50-50 thing. And these Zennials, oh, they ain't hearing this stuff. They're going straight out knowing that they need to be number one or nothing. Ladies, you have to accept the fact that men are not feeling guilty about wanting what they want. So here's the thing. So, and another thing, when some of you ladies talk about these new age relationships, and I'm going to touch base on another something that came on my desk today. You got to ask yourself, what kind of leverage do you have? And what kind of leverage do you have if you just, I mean, you want an above average man and you bring in the same, what do you bring into the table? What do you bring into the table that he can't get anywhere else? What do you bring into the table that he cannot get anywhere? Well, then why are y'all asking to be in, you're asked to be in the stream and then you decline. What are you bringing to the table that he cannot get anywhere else, ladies?